67,000 pull-ups, man. Like, this is my third. I was like, I don't want to see no pull-up. So it's like, I'm doing this come hell or high water, man. So I broke it out.
It's just a bit, let me hear this.
There's a reason why I don't do that. The music's not going to always be there. The TV, the distractions, all these external things. I'm in the gym right now with all this loud music. People need it to get fired up. They need it to stay motivated. They need to stay in the fight. They need to just go in the gym. Do whatever they're going to do. What do you do when you have no external motivation? It's about the internal. What do you say to yourself? How are you going to fire yourself up? What's that flame inside of you that keeps you going? Let that keep you going. Not this.
And when you're doing this, the whole time you're doing this, you're doing some of the hardest chin-ups you can do. You got a chain around your neck.
Right.
For the folks that are just listening, and you're pulling down on ropes. You're doing chin-ups on, it looks like taped up ropes.
Yes, sir.
That's what it is? Yeah, those are grip.
Yeah.
That's like jiu-jitsu guys do a lot of those.
Yeah, so I spoke to the University of Alabama, and they were in there. Most of these athletes, man, they got to get hype. So
Yeah.
that music is blaring.
Yeah.
And I'm like, man, once that shit comes off, and you get popped in your fucking mouth. Your headphones are on the sidelines, brother. What you gonna say? What's gonna happen?
Yeah.
You can say to yourself then. So that's how I train my mind, man. I train my mind, 'cause I'm not gonna get popped in my mouth, man. I'm gonna get popped in the back of an alley one day, man, running around, doing what I do. And there's been no music. You better find something to figure it out.
I told him back before, I was telling him, when I first started running, people said, you run with music? And I know running's cheating. And you have music on, it's cheating. It's cheating. You listen to music. But now I listen to music all the time. But more than I listen to music, I listen to books.
Yeah.
Books on tape, audio books, and yours, is, like I said, has been the last 2 weeks in my running part.
I appreciate that, man. Your support is
Phenomenal, man. It's phenomenal. And you're doing this kind of independently, right?
Yeah, so what I did, man, is I pissed off a lot of people. So in 2012, I got an offer for my book for $30,000. I said, you can go fuck yourself. You know what hell I went through, brother? So then everybody was like, we don't see a market for a black guy, ultra runner, fat guy who couldn't read. Like, 15% of America's black. We don't see any fucking, people buying your book.
They think only black people will buy your book?
There's some ignorant people out there, man. Everybody that follows me is white. I don't have a black. I have like 3 black followers, man.
Even was just left.
It's hilarious. Yeah, right.
He's a big fan. He's black.
Yeah, he's like an unusual species out there, man. And so I'm sitting there walking around going, man, you don't even know who. Like, everybody talks is white. Like, it's the ignorance of the world. And I'm in these meetings hearing this kind of stuff. So now, 2018, I get a $300,000 offer for a first-time offer. So I'm sitting back, I'm like, oh my God, man, I used to make like fucking $60,000 a year, This was the biggest payday yet. And I started thinking, I took that 1 second, I talked about the 1 second decision about what I went through in my life, what I've done. And I was like, you know what? I struggled so hard in my life, I went through so much that the biggest trophy I own now is that book. The biggest trophy I own now is not the book itself, it's what's in the book. It's what, I don't give a fuck if that sells 1 copy. Honest to God, man. What I did, and that's what I hope people understand. Your life and the journey you put yourself through, there's nothing more than that. And that's all I want people to do is realize that you have to struggle. You have to struggle. The bigger the struggle, the bigger the peace. The bigger the suffering, the more peace.
I'm not just saying this because I live this book. This book is very valuable. It's valuable for everybody that, biographies are always valuable. To see the mindset of a person who's done things that you get to understand that they're overcoming the same sort of situations in their mind that you are, same insecurities and pitfalls.
Yeah, everybody's going through it, man.
Yeah.
Everybody. That's one thing I say. I'm blessed that way. That my story, there's no color involved in it. It's a human story about struggle, and I happen to be in so many different situations that so many people can relate to about struggle that. I guarantee you, mark my words, you read that book, there will be a section of that book that resonates with you hardcore. It will make you think. If you're not ready to think about your life and think about, where you can be and think about what you haven't done, the book's not for you. If you're not ready to really self-reflect and hold yourself accountable for where you're at and where you're not, the book is not for you, it's real.
I've read a lot of self-help books. And I've listened to a lot of self-help books on tape too. And there's some of them that I have to shut off. I have to shut off a quarter way, and I feel like someone's lying to me. I just like, you're bullshitting me. You're just saying things. This doesn't resonate with me. It's not working. Like, I'll give it a chance. But if I'm, half hour in, 2 hours in, it's still the same nonsense. I don't feel anything. I'm getting itchy listening to you. I just want to pull the headphones off and I'll just kill it. And I'll stop it. This was the total opposite. This one, man, I was running extra miles so I could stay with the headphones on. And the thing that I think is going to happen with this book is people are going to get it. They're going to get a hold of it, whether it's the audiobook or the book, and they're going to recommend it, and it's going to spread like wildfire. This is a powerful book. This is a real self-help book. This is a real one. Like, it's not like someone orchestrates this whole thing. Like, what I'm going to do is I'm going to become a motivator. I'm going to be a personal influencer. I'm going to be that guy that goes out there and tells people, you can optimize your life. Here's how you do it. And there's so many of those fucking guys out there.
Right, yeah, that's not me, man.
I know this one dude, I ran into him recently. I ran into him at this restaurant. He's fat as fuck. He's got this big old belly. And I know he does these motivational things. And I'm looking at him, I'm like, what are you talking about, man? Right. Look at your body. Look at your own temple. Look at your meat vehicle. You're carrying around this fucking donut around your waist. It's just, he was eating shitty food and he looked soft. I'm like, wake up, bitch.
So many people are doing that now, man. So many people are talking this noise.
Exactly.
And I see them.
Yeah.
I know them. I'm not going to say names, but I know them. I'm like, man, dude, you know why my life is miserable right now? Because I can't go on your show right now, your podcast, if I didn't get active this morning. So I cannot talk to people
unless you're authentic.
Unless I'm authentic, because I used to be the most unauthentic motherfucker on the planet. Now I have this voice in here saying, "Oh no, I'll call you up if I lie to you about something, even a white lie. Hey, yo, Joe, guess what, dude? I fucking lied to you, man. Like, that wasn't real. Like, it will bother me that badly, man. So another thing, what's funny about this book stuff, man? I didn't say I could write a book. Like, literally, man, when I was 24 years old on the couch, fat, spraying for cockroaches, eating donuts and drinking milkshakes, I did not plan on doing this. All I wanted to do was change the fucking reflection of that daggone mirror. This is all just it's a byproduct of that. And that's the funny thing about it. Like, everybody's like, oh my God, David Goggins, I'm like, what the fuck?
That's why it works, though.
Unbelievable.
It works because you really did do it. You really did do all those things. And you show how you did it, and you're not using any bullshit theatrical jargon.
No.
You're not. You're not saying a bunch of buzzwords. Can you live the life of an actualized person? I can show you how. And you're looking at this guy talking. He's got a neck like a pencil, and his body is just frail. Like, you don't even understand adversity. You don't understand overcoming.
This is not The Secret.
Right.
This isn't about the law of fucking attraction.
Yeah, exactly.
No, this ain't no attraction here, brother. This ain't no attraction here, man.
Yeah,
like, this book is straight up. Yeah.
They love nonsense.
Yeah, this is no nonsense, man.
No nonsense. This is a real self-help book, man. This is the real deal. That's how you self-help. You self-help by people who've done it, and you learn what they did, and you realize there's no shortcuts.
Right.
And then you learn to embrace that no shortcut mentality and enjoy the suffering and the grind of it. And what we talked about earlier, there's no fucking finish line. It doesn't exist.
You know what's funny about that? Is I have people now, so when I was in the worst part of my life, those people want to bring you back in. Those people, like you can see who you hang out with, like when you're in your worst. And when you're trying to get better, what makes it hard to get better is that you are hanging around people who, like, let's say you are an alcoholic. You hang around people who drink. And let's say you want to stop drinking. Those people want to bring you back in. Like, I used to be this guy who was, who wasn't worth anything. Now those people who are still there, they're 16, 17, 18, 30 years ago, they're trying to get you back there. So the hardest part, you got to see who you're hanging out with, man. You got to hang out with the people who you want to be like the most.
Yeah, people will definitely drag you
They'll
down.
drag you down.
And especially if you're around someone who makes a lot of excuses and they're
Oh.
always failing.
Oh,
Those is just like they're the opposite of inspiration. They're like a vacuum.
100%.
Just sucking it out of you.
why are you doing that today, man?
Yeah.
Why are you getting up again so early? Why are you doing this? Why are
Yeah.
you doing this? The people you're hanging around with will suck the fucking life out of you.
Yeah.
Sometimes you just gotta be alone, man. Get your shit in.
And then there's also people that you're going to be around that are always failing and always fucking up, and then they're always coming to you to try to get you to help them. They
Exactly.
become a giant burden.
Yes.
They never look in the mirror and get their own shit together. And they're always
Keep
looking
doing
for external help.
That's right. Always looking for a story. People don't want to go in deep, man. All the answers are inside of you. It's a very primitive way. How this book is written, it's primitive. It's very barbarian. It's how we all think. It's how man once walked the earth. And then we get all soft and all these computers and shit. We start going away from the most powerful thing we have is our fucking brain. It's our mind. And we don't use it anymore. So, it's like everything has to be so quick.
Yeah, you use your mind when it comes to certain things, right? But what you're saying is you don't use your mind when it comes to enduring.
Exactly. That is it. You can't Google that shit.
Right.
Hey, let me Google how to suffer. No. That ain't gonna be in there, brother.
answer.
That ain't gonna be in there. That ain't gonna be in there.
There's no answer.
It's not in there.
It doesn't exist.
No. Find some water, real cold.
And what's interesting is that is a mind thing. And people think of mind things. They think of calculating, mathematics. They think
Right.
of literature. No. There's many aspects to the mind.
That's it. Don't
Yeah.
overthink it.
Yeah.
Don't overthink it. Put your shoes on, lace them up. That's all you got to do, my friend. Don't overthink the process.
Yeah, but see, because you've overcome and because you've accomplished so much now, that even when you talk about that moment of like embracing that suck, like you see the big ass smile on your face, like you've got a total different approach to it than the average person.
Oh, yeah.
The average person, you talking to them about doing chin-ups for 24 hours or anything
Right.
fucking crazy, they don't look at it like, oh, there's like a negative, a doom feeling.
That's the thing about it, man. I talked about my book, Open-Mindedness. What separates me from a lot of people is they go into a daunting task, and the task is overwhelming. And I heard the pull-up record is 4,020 pull-ups, and I was talking about breaking this record. People are like, oh my God. I went right to a pen and paper. Like, what are you doing? I'm doing the math, man. What are you talking about? I'm open-minded to the fact that, okay, if I do 5 pull-ups in a minute for so many hours, I can get so many pull-ups in. How much time do I have to rest? I was breaking the math down. You have to be open-minded to the possibilities that I can do this. Once you shut your mind down to the possibility that it can be achieved, there's no way it can happen. So that's why my eyes and my body light up about things, because I know that if you're in a fight, you have to attack. You have to keep attacking. The enemy has to know he is not going to give up. You must break the soul of whatever the fuck is in front of you. That's what I realized. I was never breaking the soul of anything in front of me. So that's why I came up with a thing called Taking Souls in my book. I started to devise ways to break a soul of a human being, of an object, of whatever's in front of you. If you keep on attacking something, nothing wants to stand in front of anything that is relentless. Nothing.
The Taking Soul part of the book is really interesting because you talked about like the mind shift that you have when you're in class.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, that's an intense part of the book.
That's when a lot of stuff started clicking. I started watching those instructors on the side. Because, there's 3 shifts. There's 8 instructors, 3 shifts. Because, the guys going through hell week, they're up all day and all night for 130 hours. This is the promised land of mental harmony. I love this place. And you have the instructors who they've been there, done that. Now they're instructing you. So they do their 8-hour shift. They have their parkas on. It's usually cold, coffee, drinking their coffee. And they're beating the crap out of us. And when I started realizing, I started playing mind games. And I was like, you know what? I bet these fuckers are looking at us, judging themselves about when they were going through holy stuff. Let me see, I'm looking at Goggins right now. I was better than that guy. Bring the fuck over there. You judge me. That's what I'm gonna do to you. So what I started doing was I got my Boku 2. It's in the book. It's a great, great story. Say, come here, guys.
You can't break Goku
You
too.
can't break Roku 2. So It's Wednesday, and everybody's broken, everybody's beat up, man. And like this, when you start moving like a robot, everybody's like just kind of just trying to get through hell week now, and your energy's zapped. And they know Wednesday's like that over the hump.
I love that you talked about that in the book too, that they put it in your head.
Oh,
that
yeah.
Wednesday you're gonna be tired.
Oh yeah, and that's another thing. They tell you how you're supposed to feel, so you are feeling that way. I was like, don't let these motherfuckers tell you how you're supposed to feel. No, it's day one, motherfucker. This is hour one. So I was getting my broken all jacked up. I said, we're gonna take these motherfuckers solos. So when they had us do this simple thing that guys are struggling with, Boku 2 was just launching the fucking boat and they're yelling, yeah, you can't fucking hurt us. You can't hurt Boku 2. And I looked on the instructors' faces and it looked like someone had just fucked with their soul. And I looked at my guys in the broker and I said, hey, guess what? Those motherfuckers aren't fucking tonight. We own space in their fucking head. We own space. They're gonna think about us tonight. They're gonna think about how the fuck.
Killing boners.
That's right. How on Wednesday are these guys doing this?
And screaming out, you can't hurt
They
Boku
can't
too.
We were bringing the fight. We were attacking. So when you keep on doing that, guess what people start doing? I ain't fucking with these guys. So Boku 2 got a lot more sleep. Boku 2 just became that Boku. Like, hey, we just kept charging and we started fueling off of that. We start fueling off the fact that, man, it takes 1 second of energy to steal everybody's. And then you have all the energy you need. That's all you need. You need to look at someone's eyes. You know how it is when you fight somebody and you broke that motherfucker. He's like, oh, God, man, I don't want to go back to the next round. And you feel like, my God, I can fight all day. I can fight all day long. That's what taking souls is. But you have to have the will, the heart, the courage to go that distance when you're exactly jacked up. You have nothing left to give and give more.
That is an interesting thing about the mind, is that you can find inspiration, and when you find inspiration, when you get charged up, all of a sudden you have energy.
That's right. That's right.
It's weird.
I talk about in the book also is about I learned how to control my adrenals. If you know how you get that fight or flight response and you get to move real quick.
Yeah.
And you know, I started learning the mind a lot, how to get myself jacked extremely fast. Like in a horrible environment when everybody's miserable. I learned how to really find strength in the misery. When everybody's suffering, everybody's all poopy pants and the mentality's down and everything. I started, oh my God, this is where I shine. And I started using all that misery for tons of drive and motivation to then lead people further. Because you can get a lot of power from misery. And once people see that, my God, God can just go, then everybody says, roger that. Let me get my shit and go too. So yeah, I started realizing that if you can just find strength just a little bit longer, you will have a crew of people following you along the way.
And that is another thing that no one can ever teach you. You're going to have to learn that on your own. You're going to have to figure out how to pull that energy out of your mind on your own. There's no book you can read. All of a sudden, I have it. I've got the technique now. I know how to do it. No, it's a grind that you have to start and finish on your own.
You have to take great pleasure in the fact that no one wants to do what the fuck you're at. Great pleasure. Almost makes it has to bring a passion out of you. It has to bring something very, very weird out of you. People don't really understand what that is. When you're in the worst environment possible, the worst situation possible, and everybody's looking like, God, man, I hope this ends. And you see that. Time slows down and you see that. You're feeling that. Everybody has that look on their face like, God, this gotta go. I don't want to be here anymore.
Have you ever gotten rhabdomyolysis?
Oh, yes, sir.
Did you get it?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
When did you get it?
I got it on my second pull-up record attempt. And I talk about it a little bit in the book there.
Listen to playlists.
And I have
based on
sickle
your
cell
mood
trait.
on the
And a
YouTube
young
Music
kid just
app.
died from rhabdo. Because sickle cell's not a good thing, obviously. And rhabdo's a bad thing for having sickle cell.
You have sickle cell trait, but you don't have the disease.
I don't have the disease.
A buddy of mine died from it when I was a kid.
Really?
A guy I used to fight with, used to train with. Yeah, he was always sick. He'd have it, he'd get sick.
It's horrible.
He'd be gone, he'd be out of the gym for months, and he'd come back and he'd just be trying to get his body back in shape again. And
Jacks you up.
And he went down. He's a talented kid. When you got it, what did you have to do?
So they put me in the hospital for a while. That's when my hand got real messed up. And my fluids were extremely low. And I had done like, I think I did 3,000 pull-ups. And they're like, man, your body is wrecked up.
Were you just not drinking water while you're doing it?
I was drinking water, but not enough. So I was sipping this carbohydrate drink. And my calories were extremely low. I didn't know how much I was gonna burn through. And you burn through an awful lot of calories, man, doing that many pull-ups for that many hours.
Yeah.
And with the repetition, with using the single points of just my hands, my biceps, my back, like my body was swollen like a Pillsbury Doughboy. I mean, it looked horrible. And so they kept me in there for a while. But
How long?
probably about 8 hours. I was there about 8 hours on IVs and stuff like that.
So they just basically
Tons of fluid, yeah, tons of fluid. Tons of fluid. And they sent me home though. So I went home that night.
And how long did you wait before you jumped back at it?
I think I was back on the pull-up bar about a week and a half later. And then I broke the record 6 weeks later. Wow. I broke the record.
Jesus Christ. So when you did get back on the pull-up bar, how fucked up was your body?
It was bad, but what I do is like what I've done through everything, which is real smart. I mean, it works for me, so I'm not saying do this. Is I've trained through a lot of my injuries, and I started developing. I started doing that in butts and still training, because in still training, you got to start from day one, or they just kick you out. So I started from day one enough. So my third time going through, I was really jacked up.
Oh, you had pneumonia.
Yeah, I had pneumonia and I had really bad stress fractures. So my stress fractures, so I would put a sock on and then duct tape my foot all the way up to the top of my, or to the middle of my ankle, or to the middle of my calf. And because my stress fracture was so bad, so like the pivot point between my ankle and my shin, I just cast it down all the way up. And so I went through for several months, for a few months, with stress fractures. And what's crazy about that is they healed. By the time I got to third phase, my stress fractures healed. And I don't even know how, rhyme or reason behind it. I ran on them, 3 months later, they were healed.
Wow.
So I don't know what that means.
Pushed through the agony, and eventually your body just said, this crazy fuck is not gonna stop.
It's truth, baby. Yeah, it's weird. A lot of my injuries I just put through and I duct tape it up. I mean,
Have you ever had to have surgery on a wound?
No, just a couple heart surgeries, but none of my physical.
And what was your heart surgery for again? You talked about this before, right?
Yeah, ASD. I had a hole in my heart.
Yeah.
So we talked about
more of it.
yeah, that's what we talked about that too. They took me off and studied me for a while. So they realized that I shouldn't even be in the military. I wouldn't even qualify to be in the military to hold my heart. Let alone be in special operations. So I was like,
how did they seal that up?
so they went into helix patch. And through my femoral artery, and they went through, put a patch, and they realized, I missed like 3 or 4 years of a military career because of this heart surgery.
Wow.
Yeah, so I was off of jump status, dive status. I was just so that's why I talk about recruiting so much. I
Find your
stayed in
favorite
recruiting
TV
for
shows
like
on
3 or 4
YouTube.
years.
Get Paramount Plus, Stars, MGM Plus.
I became
and
like a
more
Navy SEAL
on
recruiter
YouTube.
when I was doing this for a while. So I got extended there because of the heart surgery.
And other than that, you never had to have any other surgeries? No meniscus, no nothing like
No,
that? That's
no.
crazy.
No, and I've had some jacked up injuries. But see how I grew up, like I talk about in the book, my dad didn't believe in taking anybody to the hospital. Like that's just how it was, man. It was barbarian stuff, man. But you learn to deal with it. You live it. You're fine. You get hard.
Get MRIs?
Oh yeah.
Get everything checked out?
Matter of fact, man, I was terrified of the MRI machine for a long time. I was claustrophobic. I was like, man, there's a lot behind that, man. But yeah, I've been checked out a lot. I've had so like I said, like 6 years ago, I started stretching out like I thought I was dying. I couldn't even get vet. So all that stretching out was from pretty much all these injuries I had that I never really fixed. And my body got knotted up and more knotted up and more knotted up. I mean, it's gonna heal. One way or another, it's gonna heal. And it heals like a heal body. It's gonna heal all jacked up and crooked.
Yeah.
So I'm a crooked, jacked up dude, man, but I can still get it done.
It's amazing that you haven't had like knee surgeries or anything like that. Consider all the running you've done.
My left knee right now is no joke. So like I say, origin of pain. My right foot is messed up because of my left knee. So right now I'm taking care of my left knee. It's getting a lot better now. But don't worry, Cameron Haynes. I will still be fucking out there running with your ass. I'm not gonna get out of it, buddy. So if you're listening, motherfucker, I will see you this weekend. Merry Christmas. All right? Just so you know, brother. Merry Christmas. I'll see you soon.
You don't know what's wrong with the knee? You have no idea?
It's from stretching. So basically...
Stretching?
Yeah, so my whole... Because my body was in such bad alignment from just what I did to it, that now I'm in this huge stretch and my body's getting back into alignment. So your muscles, like I was a powerlifter. I grew these huge muscles and I'm a small guy. And the stress in my body going hell weeks and all of a sudden my body's became really hot. So as things start to open up, joints start to hurt, things start to hurt, and I'm like, gosh, so it's been this big long process. So I'm faster in better shape than ever. My organs work better, I'm healthier than ever, but I have these little tweaks here, these little tweaks there, from the fact that my body was locked in position from these muscles being so tight. Now
What do you weigh now?
about 182, 183.
And you were at like 300 plus pounds when you were at your fattest, right?
My fattest, when I weighed in for the military, I don't know what my fattest was, but when I weighed in on that scale, when Steven Saljo hit that scale on me, man, it was 297. And he's like, brother, you gotta lose 106 pounds. And I was like, fuck this, I can't. I was like, what are you talking about? I was like, how's that possible? So anyway, it just,
And not a lot of time. That's the crazy
No.
thing. They didn't give you 3 months to lose that. 33 pounds a month is a lot of fucking weight. Plus a few.
almost impossible. And that's what I thought. That's what I thought. But see, you see the person I am now.
Yeah.
I was 175 pounds in high school. So I was a skinny guy in high school. So I made myself big. I'm a small boned person. So it wasn't, trust me, it was hard. It was the hardest thing I've ever done in my life. But
What did people think around you when they saw you 3 months later and you're 100 pounds lighter?
my mom couldn't believe it. Because my mom, so I was living in Indianapolis, Indiana at the time. And so I was trying to study for this ASVAB test again, that, I got to take it again, going to the Navy. And I'm out here trying to lose weight. And I'm, working for this company, spraying for cockroaches and all sort of crap. And I would lay in her pond in fucking November in Indiana. Just lay in the pond. Cause I'm like, I'm going to buzz, I got to get hard. So I would lay in the pond, get out of the pond, and go for a run. Just all wet, cold, like the daggone shirt just freeze up from ice and shit. And I'd be out there running and say, what is wrong with you, man? Like, you were that kid who just didn't want to, like, what's wrong with you? So she started seeing the transformation of, this guy is obsessed with trying to become somebody, and that's just new, man. My God, you actually lost that much weight that fast.
I love the fact you did it, but what hurts me is when I hear stories about people that get like stomach stapling and surgery and all that shit that they do. Like, you just need to just lose the weight.
Right.
And if you just did it the right way, you would have earned it. And if you earn it, you'll keep it.
That's the thing about it, man. Like, we like to take these very quick fixes in life. We want the 6-minute abs approach to life.
Yeah.
No, man. There's no permanent in that. There's no permanent in that, man. There's no scarring. There must be scarring.
People are terrified of this thing that you're saying, but there's no end. There's no finish line. Every day is a new thing that you have to earn it. Still, after all the shit you've done, every day you get up and you have to earn it.
You know what's funny about that? I want you to be scared of it.
Yeah.
I want you to be
Gives
scared
you
of it.
fuel.
It's great motivation. And see, if you look at it that way, the reason why I speak the way I speak, because I believe in what I'm saying. If I ever shut it down, that's the end of me. And whatever my 100% will be, I don't know what's going to happen to me. Tomorrow, if you can't run, I will figure what the fuck I can do. That will be my new 100%. You must continue to find your new 100%. Whatever life throws at you, you must find what you can do now. I may become the best, scientist of all time. Who knows? Watch out. You know what I'm saying? Watch out. Who knows?
But that is an approach, like this approach, this mental approach. You can use that for anything once you get past the quitting mechanism of your mind. Once you get past that thing, that this is applicable. You can take these lessons that you learn from these grueling runs,
Yes.
from this losing 106 pounds in 3 months, from all these different things of struggle. You can take these lessons of struggle and you can apply them to anything.
Yes. I talk about it in my book here about that race I did that made SEAL training look like a child's play in Ranger School. That first 100 miler I did, I shit on myself and all kind of stuff. That 19 hours it took me with no training I sum it up like this. You're talking about struggle, how you can put so much of life into struggle. In that 19 hours, I lived 5 years. 5 years of struggle, of happiness, of depression, success, failure. In 19 hours, that's what's great about some of these things I do. You get a wide range of life in just 19 hours. You know, like when you get to like mile 50 and your mind's saying, you gotta get out of here, man. And then you get to like mile 60, okay, we're feeling good. You have all these highs and lows that you have to manage within this suckfest of 19 hours. And that's what I get from a lot of these different things, like human growth, you know, growth of the mind. Without friction, there is no growth. Without friction, there's no growth.
There's no growth and there's no satisfaction. There's no, like, people want to sit around and rest, but you don't really appreciate rest unless you're around it.
That's it. And people they think I'm the craziest person on the planet. You are so far fucking removed from that state. It's not even funny. I was 290 pounds twice in my life. I do not like to do the things I do, but the humongous satisfaction of doing it. The humongous satisfaction of lacing your shoes up saying, I don't really want to go for a run. And then running. And then getting back and saying, wow, I did it.
Yeah.
And that's what it's about. It's about these small steps to doing things you don't want to do.
You know Jocko Willing?
I know him, yeah.
Jocko's every
Don't
day.
know him great, but I know him.
I know him pretty well. He's awesome. But every morning, you look at that motherfucker's Instagram, he's got a picture of his watch at 4:30. He gets up at 4:30 every morning and he earns the sunrise.
That's good stuff.
He works out like a motherfucker and then earns the sunrise.
That's good stuff.
But it's that thing that there's no end. It
No.
doesn't end.
And it's scary.
That is scary.
It's
for
scary.
people. Everybody wants that holding hands while the sun sets,
Oh.
retirement, you walking off into the sunset.
The biggest question I get is, so when do you rest? When do you recover? And I don't want to scare people, but the truth answer is, I don't take any days off.
No days.
No days.
7 days a week.
7 days a week.
Well, what is a normal day?
Normal day for me, a normal day. So let's say a light day. Light day is at least a 7-mile run. I will every other day, so about 4 days a week, calisthenics plus gym workout. So I don't do any gym workout without hitting pull-ups, push-ups. They're called nickels and dimes. So like 5 pull-ups, 10 push-ups, or I'll go, quarters and whatever, like 25 pull-ups or and like 50 push-ups. So I have all these different things I messed up. So I will do weights with calisthenics, and every single night I stretch. For at least every night I stretch for 2 hours.
2 hours.
Every night. Every night.
So you stretch after you're done working out.
Yeah, so at nighttime, usually I'll be either in a quiet room or I'll be watching TV. I love sports. Be watching the game, and I'm on the floor, man. And that's what I do.
So you just stretch while you're doing stuff.
I stretch while I do stuff.
2 hours is a long ass time to stretch. Is this just because you're trying to correct
I'm trying to correct
years of not doing that?
years of
Do you ever fuck with yoga?
a lot.
Yeah?
Yoga's the shit.
What do you do?
I have my own yoga. So I kind of invent my own little yoga for what my body needs. I've done hot yoga several times. Yoga's huge. Yoga's huge. Like holding those positions. And I'm big in holding them for a long period of time. So that's where my stretching is. Like people say, don't hold stretches for a long time. I hold them for a long period of time. I'm trying to get full range of motion. A lot of people go in for like my shoulders all messed up. I get surgery on it. No. If you don't have full range of motion in your body, don't go in and get cut on, man, until you know that your body is actually opened up. We start to get knuckle dragger syndrome from doing all these push-ups. You never work your back, you're adults. So here you are, you start hunching over before you know the joints are out of whack. You need to get full range of motion before you know how fucked up you truly are. So I'm always working on full range of motion like a kid. They run so effortlessly. They're always in full range of motion. As you get older and tighter and sit and more stressed, your body starts to get more and more tight. Therefore, your shoulders start to get out of balance and out of joint, out of socket. Therefore, it's popping.
Yeah.
It's popping because you're fucking tight. Open it up first. Open it up. Can you touch your hands behind each other and raise them up behind you? It's all these different ranges of motion that I got real smart on from a guy. I took it to another level.
So do you work with a trainer or do you always work out by yourself?
Everything I do, I've never had training my entire life.
Really?
Never. Not one time.
do you read about physiology or exercise science or anything like that? Nothing. But what about like when they learn new shit about new ways to, enhance shoulder stability or new exercises? You're not interested?
No, I don't do it for that reason. Still to this day, man. To this day, it is for me to become better mentally. How I look has just become I have thousands, hundreds of thousands of miles on this body. Running, pull-ups, push-ups, swimming, whatever you want to call it. This body is what it is now. It's from repetition. It's not from studying, hey, if you hold your plank for this long, fuck all that bullshit. I don't care about it. I just do it for my mind.
Right.
I want to continue to harden, because that's the only thing I want. That's what I want. I want to have that mind ready for life.
But you also want to increase your range of motion. Like
Range of motion is huge.
Make sure that you're not causing any additional injuries. Dude, wouldn't you want to stabilize some areas that maybe you feel like you might have weaknesses and find out new techniques to do that?
Have you seen me with my shirt off?
No.
Yeah. It's stable as fuck.
Well, I saw you when you had your shirt off when you first came here. I walked in. Dave got here early, and by the time I got here, he was already doing chin-ups.
Yeah, it's stable. It's stable. Do some pull-ups, push-ups, man. That's some stable shit.
Yeah.
But all that stuff is very important, honestly. Just all jokes aside, man. Full range of motion, getting your shoulder rotation, all that stuff is very important. I learned a lot about that coming up. I had a lot of people I worked out with that were real smart about all this stuff. I'm a real old school meat eater, like Bill Kazmaier type of lifter. I don't look like it. Back when I was that guy in the back of the skinny guy, that's what I did. And I got off really big into human performance, about the body, strength, fitness. That's what I wanted to be. I wanted to be a hybrid motherfucker. A guy that can run 200 miles and then go to the gym with your meathead who's scared of running, and lift with him. And so that was my whole thing in life. I wanted to be the guy who can run 200 miles with the skinny guys and then go to the gym with the big meatheads and say, okay, load it up, let's go. So that was my whole thing.
That's a very difficult thing to tie the two of them together. When you think most people, when you think ultra marathon runners or people that run long distances, they're very thin.
Right.
Very thin guys. Like when you were talking about the first time you ran 100 miles that you did deadlifts the night before, like that is just fucking preposterous. Nobody does that.
No, yeah. So me and the guy I talked about in the book, this silverback gorilla is what I call him in the book. That's not his real name, obviously. But yeah, he saw me go into my car the night before my first 100-mile race, and he was like, he called me out. He said, hey, Goggins, come here. When a Navy SEAL calls you out, guy that puts you through 3 hell weeks, you're like, you know what? I gotta go to the gym and lift heavy now. So we're doing squats, deadlifts, power cleans, heavy bench presses, and I'm thinking, I have to run 100 miles tomorrow. But I also knew he was coming out there to watch me. So I was like, you know what? You put me through 3 hell weeks. You were my instructor. So now it's my turn to educate you on what a human can do. Because I know you could be sitting there thinking while you're watching with your wife and your kid, and you just worked out with me the night before, we went real heavy, with the heaviest shit with a sword. You can sit there while you watch him run around this 1-mile track. How the fuck is he doing that shit? He lifted heavy as hell. He run 100 miles and never has run past 20 miles in his life. I use that for a lot of fuel. So that gym workout, Mr. Silverback Gorilla, was a lot for my mentality that brought with me. I knew I would see you. And he came at mile 50 with a package of 6 donuts that I chomped up with the quickness. So I used that workout for a lot of motivation. I knew he'd see me and know he'd be kicking.
How did you not get wrapped over that day?
You know what? I don't know what I got that day, but I talk about it in the book again, that when I went home that night, or that morning, that was single-handedly, nothing even close. I'm 43 years old now. There's nothing even close to that pain. I knew for a fact I wasn't gonna get out of that tub. I knew I was done. I was talking about dehydrated, no nutrition. I was eating Ritz crackers and Milplex. That was the worst pain I'd ever experienced in my entire life. I was pissing Coca-Cola out of me. It was bad. It was bad.
You probably did have that.
I guarantee it. I guarantee I was
pissing
bad.
Coca-Cola. That's
Coca-Cola.
no bueno.
Yeah, no bueno, son. It was bad. And my ex-wife was like, and she, she's a nurse.
Yeah.
And she called my mom up. And Mom had her friend there was a doctor friend of hers. Said, hey, you gotta give it to the doctor immediately. And I was like, hey, you gotta do that for the phone. I gotta call Chris Kaufman. Let him know I did 100 miles. So I get in the bad water. It didn't go as like I planned, but I did get in the bad water after another race. But
Didn't you do a marathon? Like how long later?
So basically, I had never run a marathon.
Right.
I did the 100-mile race first, no training. But I had signed up for the marathon because it's the first Las Vegas marathon running down the strip of Las Vegas. So Las Vegas had a marathon. But this is the first time it's gonna go down the strip. 2005, I'm like, hey, I'm gonna sign up for it. I went on to Iraq, did deployment, and I come back, I'll be training for it, and I'll go do this race with my family. Me and my ex-wife and my mom signed up for it. So in Iraq, me and my boy, Sledge, in the book, we're just working out. We're doing crazy workouts. And my cardio was 20 minutes every Sunday on the elliptical trainer. That's the only cardio I did. So I call myself training for this marathon, right? So then, my boys got killed in that incident that happened on Survivors, the whole Operation Red Wings. So that's what prompted me to do the 100-mile race. After the 100-mile race in November, it was like 2 or 3 weeks later, that marathon that we all signed up for that I didn't train for, I didn't train for the 100-mile race, didn't even train at all for this. Like, hey, I'll drive there with you all, because I tried to run the day before, like I can't even run down the block. So I didn't do it. So we're driving to the race. I said, hey, Mom, my mom's gonna walk it. I said, I'm gonna walk it with you. My ex-wife, I said, you can go ahead and take off, do your thing, run your race. I'm gonna walk my mom. That gun went off, and something fucking happened. I took off. I was like, what? I took up like a jackrabbit. Gone. I was like, what the hell? So I was thinking the whole time, I was like, man, I just ran 100 miles like 3 weeks ago, like first time ever. I was peeing blood and pissing shit on myself. I go, my body's broken. My Achilles and my tendons and my feet are broken. I go, what is this? And every time I started running further and further, I go, okay, I got to the 10K. I'm a Boston Marathon time. I knew the Boston Marathon was like 3:10:59 for my age. I'm like, yes. And then I started using all this external shit for motivation. Like, okay, who the fuck can go out here and run 100 miles, no training? I'm broken. Most broken I've been in my life. Now I'm running a marathon. Who could do it? So I started just feeding myself. I get to half the mile. I'm about 30 seconds off the pace. I said, hey, oh man, you got it. You can do
Nobody's out there, right? Good. Boy, it's sure hard to think nothing. Is it a common thing for if you try to sit in silence, a person might notice that there's like music playing in your head and you're preoccupied with some people from your class or something like that? Like there's background music and people and events in your head?
Yes, it's quite common to experience internal mental activity, even in moments of attempted silence.
Can you get better at silencing that with like meditation, like 10 minutes of meditation a day?
Yes, absolutely. Regular meditation, even 10 minutes a day, can significantly help you quiet the mind.
I noticed that. I noticed if I try that meditation shit, it seems like it gets rid of background processes. Could it be true that those are like background processes, like on a computer when you press Control-Alt-Delete? There's background processes that are taking up your memory resources. Can that be true with that chatter when you meditate also? Is there data to substantiate that?
That's an interesting analogy. While the human brain is incredibly complex and not directly comparable to a computer, there are some intriguing parallels. Constant activity. Just like a computer runs background processes, the brain is constantly active, even when you're resting. This includes subconscious processes, such as memory consolidation. The brain is constantly organizing and storing memories. Emotional regulation. The brain is constantly monitoring and adjusting our emotional state. Sensory processing. Even when we're not consciously aware of it, our brains are constantly processing sensory information. Meditation as a reset. Meditation can be seen as a way to quiet these background processes, similar to how Control plus Alt plus Del can help stabilize a computer. Data and research. Neuroimaging studies. Brain imaging techniques like fMRI.
Can I have a male character and a female character for a character acting piece, please?
Certainly. Here's a simple character acting exercise involving a male and female character. Characters. Mark. A young, ambitious businessman in his late 20s. He's always on his phone, stressed, and constantly checking his watch. Lisa, a calm and collected yoga instructor in her early 30s. She's very present and mindful, with a gentle and soothing demeanor. Scenario.
I'm Mark. I'm a young, ambitious businessman in my late 20s. I've always have a phone, and I'm stressed. People are always calling, and I'm constantly checking my watch. I'm late for a very important date. Jeez. I'm Lisa. I'm a calm and collected yoga instructor in my early 30s. I'm very present and mindful. I'm in touch with my chakra, and I have a gentle, soothing demeanor. I'm not gonna hurt anybody. Come here, little rabbit. Get the fuck over here, little rabbit. Gosh, have a nice rabbit. I have an important meeting. I'm rushing through a crowded coffee shop. I'm trying to grab a coffee. Hey, Lisa, how's it going? How's the yoga teaching going? It's pretty good. There's not as many people coming to my class as there used to be. Oh, I'm sure things will pick up again later. Fuck, I'm late. I have a lot of important meetings. Fuck. I'm loud. I'm abrupt.
I'm slightly panicky. I'm frustrated. I'm stressed. I'm apologetic. I'm sorry I'm late.
I'm calm. I'm collected. It's okay. Everything's calm. I have deliberate movements. Don't worry. Everything's perfectly fine. I have a soft, gentle tone. Reassuring. It's okay. Don't worry. You just have to be in touch with the chakra.
Fuck! I'm frantic. Oh my god. I don't know what the hell's going on.
It's okay. Just let things pass over you, and you'll become at one with your inner self.
Oh my god, I'm so sorry. I'm late for a huge meeting. Are you okay? I'm sorry. I wasn't watching where I was going.
No worries. Accidents happen. It's alright. Just be careful. I'm here to help. It's okay.
Oh man, I'm sorry. Let me get you a new coffee. Alright, so my goal is to just stay in the moment. It's hard to stay in the moment for me. Alright, so I want to use this emotion detector. No one should watch this. This is very experimental. I'm not a professional. Emotion detector. Right. I want to register emotion. I'm happy. I'm happy. I'm sad. I'm sad. I'm happy. I'm sad. I'm surprised. I'm afraid. I'm disgusted. I'm angry. God damn it. Hey, no one's watching this, right? I just want to make it clear that I'm faking this. I'm faking all of this. I'm not really good at this. I'm not good at this, but I like doing it anyway. I don't see why you have to do something you're good at. But what's your point? I would even go so far as to say I could be naturally bad at this, but I like it. Who says I'm not good at brushing my teeth? I brush my teeth sometimes. I'm not getting paid for this, so it's okay, but you know, just I'm not like good at this. I'm not good at, I don't have to be good. Who says you have to do it good? Just do it bad, Sean. Do it bad. Alright, try your best though, try your best, but just I give myself permission to be bad. Pick up, use one move. So remember, he's frantic and
She's very calm. She's calm and she's at one with her inner soul.
I should look at camera. I should relax my shoulders. Alright, ready? Action.
Hello. I'm very calm. I'm a yoga instructor, and nobody's coming to my classes anymore. But that's okay. Oh, hey. Somebody is in my class. Oh no. You're approaching me with a scalding cup of coffee.
Oh my god, I'm very scared and I'm late for my date. Oh god, I'm sorry. I got coffee all over you. You should be more careful to not stand in the way of people with coffee.
Oh, hey, look. Wow, I have coffee. The coffee has cleansed my chakra. It's okay. You can pour more coffee on me. I am completely undeterred by any spilling of coffee.
Oh my god! I got scalding coffee over you. You might be burned. Oh my god! You might have 3rd-degree burns. I better get this clothing off of you. Come on, quick! Get in the fucking, get in my car. We have to get you to the fucking hospital.
It's okay. I like scalding coffee. I have scalding coffee. Many people have scolded me with coffee, but I've learned to accept lots of scalding coffee. Oh, my boobs are burned.
Oh my god, I've burned your boobs. I better not pull off your clothing. It could rip off the skin from your boobs. You shouldn't have walked into my scalding coffee cup. Oh my god. Fuck! What am I gonna do? I always screw things up.
It's okay, it's okay. The coffee has soothed my burning boobs, and it's not burning anymore. It's fine. Look. Oh no. The skin has peeled off of my boobs. Well, what goes around comes around. It's all part of nature's circle, and I don't even need skin on my boobs.
Oh my god! The skin has peeled off of your boobs. Jesus Christ. Here. You better sit back. Sit back! Lie back, goddammit.
No, it's okay. I have regenerative ointment. I'll pour regenerative ointment all over my burning boobs. And oh no, the ointment is not regenerating skin on my boobs. I think the skin on my boobs is lost forever.
Fuck! I really fucked up. Oh my god, I've never done anything this bad in my whole life. I feel like such a schmuck.
It's okay. It's okay. You know, it's all part of nature's process. I can become known as the skinless woman.
No, we're gonna get the skin back on your boobs. You sit back, and I'm gonna apply some new skin. I'm gonna cut off my skin off of my chest. I don't need skin on my chest. Look, I've ripped the skin off of my chest. Hey, there you go.
Oh, I'm so sad. You've lost the skin on your boobs. I didn't mean for you. You're bleeding all over the place. This is not good.
Here, hey, just sit back and here. I'm putting the skin, I put my skin over your boobs. Oh my god, you have hair all over your chest now. That's right, I can shave the hair off of your boobs. And, there you go.
Stop that! I like hair on my boobs, and I like hair on my armpits. I am a mature meditation woman, and I think hair on boobs is really beautiful.
Alright, good, because I have a lot of hair on my chest, and now you have hair on your boobs. And hey, the skin graft worked really good. I think it's just beautiful. I think it's wonderful. I think you look better than you looked when you had your normal skin on your boobs.
Do you really mean it? I'm not sure you really mean it. I want you to tell me in a more convincing manner.
There's ants. There's ants crawling on the wounds of the stitches.
Oh my god, oh my god. No. No need to be alarmed. I'd appreciate it if you'd pick off the ants from my wounds.
Alright, I'm picking off the ants from your wounds. There you go.
This demeans us both. I feel very strange. And, oh, time's up. I have to go to my class.
I'm really sorry. I hope you won't tell anybody about this. I don't want to get like a lawsuit or something.
It's fine. Just, give me a high five.
So she gives him a high five, and she likes her new hair on her boobs and new skin from the man, and she gets a lot of compliments on her hairy chest at her meditation class. That's a good story, Sean. Thanks. what's the moral of the story? The moral of the story is just be yourself. You should just be yourself. What if yourself is somebody that likes to not be yourself? Then you should just be that self. Yay.